Shalom, family, and welcome to Just a Word Prophecy, the channel in which we give you the prophecies that have been delivered to those in the Just a Word family. And we have realized that people here have been given dreams and prophecies for such a time as this from years ago, even up until recently, ongoing. And these prophecies are for the end time to correct, to warn, and to confirm the words of the Most High. So please watch this prophecy here from our sister Hadassah. Can you go, please?
Shalom. Also, this dream is for 2025 recently. I call it Know Your Teacher, or Who's Your Teacher. Okay, in this dream, it was me, my sister Zimra, and my sister Malkati. Three of us, we were attending a cooking class. And we were dressed, in that class, we were dressed differently from the rest of other students. And our behavior was different. We were just, different, totally different from the rest. And in the front, all other teachers for other students were there representing each and every one of them. And our teacher was also there. So the teacher, there was a man who was like a teacher, was teaching, cooking, and he started to ask questions, and three of us were different in terms of, everything, answering of questions, in everything, the behavior. And he started to asking. He started to ask questions about the fruits of the ruach, and only the three of us, we managed to give answers. And then all other teachers, they started to be like very, very nervous. They were like shaking, and they were not too sure, and they were embarrassed because I can say it was total shame, because their students, couldn't answer questions. They didn't know anything. So it was the three of us who were like, knowing everything. So, and the guy who was teaching us, and he said, he called our teacher, Brother Kazak, to come to the front. He was dressed in white, a very beautiful white garment, and with all the trimmings of gold. And then he came forward. He was different from the rest. Others were dressed, like earthly. So he was different, totally different. And then he came forward, and then the teacher who was there, he started to, accolade him, saying, "Oh, Kazak, you are doing well," all these nice things. And I remember one of the things he said, it was harmony, harmony, and only us, we managed to answer that question about harmony. And then he said, "Kazak, very well done, Kazak, for teaching them harmony," and he said a couple of other things, but it was well done all the way. And our teacher, like I said, he was wearing a very beautiful white garment, and the man instructed us to go. Okay, me and my sisters, to go and spread the gospel to other students. And then we stood up, and we went, and the road was like, like splitting into three like this. One was supposed to go there, one was supposed to go straight, and the other one to the right. And then we had like a caucus on our own, and then we were like whispering. And we said, self-control, and then we split it, and then we left. That was it. That was the dream.
Boy, I wish somebody else could do this instead of me. I wish somebody else could do this instead of me. Anyway, this kind of confirms what we have been teaching, and we have been riveting in people's head, that you have to know your teacher. you have to make sure that your teacher is called. And that is what this dream is about. People had their teacher, but their teacher was not teaching them the right things. And you mentioned harmony and self-control. These are things that you do not hear people teaching every day. But as I said earlier in a previous video, we have to go to the finer details, the things that people omit. These are what are most important to the Most High. Why? He gives everybody a foundation, and he builds foundation by foundation. Now, when you get certain foundation, like people argue about the law, should we obey the law, should we this and should we that? You see, those things are foundations. But what comes after, you have to sharpen yourself afterwards. And it is these little things like harmony, self-control, and patience, and a lot of little things, cheerfulness, grief. All of those little things now help to polish us to get us onto the path of perfection. Because remember, when Hamashiach comes, we must be without spot and blameless. It is those little things that get us to the point of blamelessness. And so he calls teachers to correct us. Listen very carefully, people. That is why if you come among me, it is for correction. So if you are not prepared to take correction, do not come among me, because I am going to correct you, because that is what I'm called to do. As the word says, let's go to the word in Isaiah chapter 30. This is what the teachers are called to do in the end times. Isaiah chapter 30. Verse 19. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. This is what our ambition is. That is what we are here for, to lead the people to Zion. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though Yahuwah give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. That's what we are called to do as teachers. When you're going the wrong way, you say, no, that's not the right way. This is the right way. That's the call of a teacher in this time. So these people that were in the dream, it is that these teachers were not telling them, and we see it on the online. The pastors, the teachers, the people who are putting out content, their content is more on things that popular things that people like to hear. We don't care what is popular, how many people will watch it. What we care about is this of the Most High? That's what's important. And it also takes us to Jeremiah chapter 3. Again, verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahuwah, for I am married unto you. And I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. You see the destination? It's always Zion. Always Zion. And when he's giving you the teachers in the end, it's to get you to go to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land in those days, saith Yahuwah, they shall say no more the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall it be done any more. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of Yahuwah, and all the nations shall be gathered in unto it, to the name of Yahuwah, to Jerusalem, neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. So he will give us pastors that will feed us with knowledge and understanding and will correct us to show us which way we should go. So this is really what this dream is actually about. It is being judged It is the teachers are being judged and being shown up for not showing the people the depths of righteousness. All right? So, another thing about it, it is the attire of the woman. You see? The women were dressed differently from the other women. Because the people in this world, they don't care about dressing. One person told us yesterday, uncleanness is not important anymore. That's what the people in this world think. But we believe in everything, a holistic presentation of righteousness to the Most High. So they were dressed differently. And it says they were different. He asked questions, but only they could answer the questions. Only they could answer it because they were different from the other people. And it says all the other teachers were nervous and in total shame because their students could not answer. So that is why for me, I don't stop teaching. Yes? And I try never to turn away people, even though sometimes I'm really tired and all of that. But you never can stop. And notice again, he said, when I was called to the front, I was different. I was dressed differently. Again, the garments, set apart garments, being very important. Okay? Then after they were done, it says, go and spread the good news to other students. So were there men in the thing?
Yes.
So you have to go and spread to other students. So when it says to spread the word again, it is not to teach, because the word says you cannot teach. But you evangelize, which means you go and spread the word. People are confused about what a woman can do. A woman can go and herald the word and tell people the way to righteousness. But the teaching, breaking down of scriptures, that is reserved for the men. So the woman can go and spread the word. Because in the scriptures, even in the New Testament, it was a woman who went and heralded that Hamashiach was there. Okay? So they spread the word, but they were not involved in teaching. Because teaching is what? All the women. You know what is forbidden? That is what the sinful man wants. If teaching was permitted, you wouldn't hear everybody fussing up themselves about teaching, the woman. But because it is forbidden, then it is a problem. So, prophesying, evangelizing, yes, for women, but not. And it says the road split into 3 ways. They have to go different ways. That means different people, different segments. Everybody goes their own way. So when a woman, for example, is here learning with us, or anyone else, that's why I tell people that I do not, I'm not here to raise sheep. I'm here to raise shepherds. And even though you would not call a woman a shepherd, a woman must be able to independently stand up on her own so that she is not defeated by anyone else, even a man. The woman must be able to learn from us here that even when she goes out and a man is telling her foolishness, she is able to actually stand up and say, no, you cannot tell me that. That is not how it is. That's not the word. That is not the truth. All right? And she said 2 things that they were speaking about, which are 2 important things: harmony and self-control. And those were 2 successive weeks we did those teachings. Harmony and self-control. These are teachings that people neglect. And you see this online with the self-control. People are like ticking time bomb. No self-control, angry and all sort of this quarrelsome and every single thing. Yeah? You have something? Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right, so you have something else? Hold on, let me get you on the screen. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, since it was a cooking class, okay, there are different foods, and somewhere in one of the corners there was like bottles of wine. So they've pointed to the teacher pointed towards the wine, and so we said drunkenness. You know, it was part of the teaching. You gave us like before I have this dream.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was about drunkenness. So we three of us we said drunkenness. So yeah.
You see it?
So it was really.
So it's important to have the word in your heart. That is when the word is written in your heart. So when you saw the wine, immediately the teaching about drunkenness came to you. Now, those people there, you said they were different. They did not understand these things because they don't listen to these things. Just like a while ago, you were talking about Esau and Elam. And you were saying that you never know anything about Elam or Esau or Edom while you were in Christianity. Yes? It's the same thing. The things that we learn have to be written in our hearts. And so you were able to identify drunkenness. And notice that you were cooking. And if you're cooking and the wine refers to drunkenness, that means the other things that you are cooking refer to things that affect our personal lives. Possibly that's what the cooking represents. Yeah? Preparing things that are relevant to our regular lives. So, that's a very important dream. Know your teacher. Make sure your teacher is called. Make sure your teacher is teaching you the finer things. Make sure your teacher is teaching you those little things that everybody else ignore. Make sure your teacher is showing you the way to righteousness. All right? So, that's that. Thank you for watching Just a Word Prophecy. Please subscribe if you have not, and please share our videos with someone, all right? Just a Word Prophecy, very edifying videos here as we confirm, as we warn, and what's the other C? As we, what's the other C? Brain. There's another C. Confirm, condemn? Nah, what's it condemn? One of them. I'm going to study it for the next video. I won't miss them. All right, thank you for watching, and shalom.